Hi, good day everyone. Once again, this is Mo, and this is another day for another War Legends video. And for today's video, we'll be doing a battle review or a battle replay about Quel versus GLEP on the roadside in map. And as you can see right here, we have Quel on the blue team and we have GLEP on the red team, and both of these players are playing as the Dark Legion faction. So for today's video, you will be able to witness a great dark versus dark battle. And as you can see, we have here Quel who used his scroll so he can train his slaves faster than usual, and we have GLEP right here who is now still hiring a lot of slaves, or at least training a lot of slaves so he can gather more resources on the map. So they are just starting their game as usual, as always. But yeah, let me just fast forward this a little bit, and as we can see, we have here Quel prioritize getting his sawmill, and I think GLEP is also doing the same thing, getting his sawmill so he can gather woods faster. So at this point, I think Quel will be stopping training or hiring his slaves at the supply of 20, and then now started building his first barracks. So sooner we will be able to witness his first fighting unit, and there you go, the third structure, which is a pigsty. And I think GLEP is also doing the same thing on the same sequence of the structure. They are going for sawmill, barracks, and pigsty. And there you go, we have Quel already finished building his barracks and now training his goon. And there you go, the whip coming from GLEP to make his slaves works faster, and we can see that GLEP is already training his first fighting unit, and I believe the building that is being built right now is a undead obelisk, and GLEP already started developing his citadel to tier 2, so sooner we will be able to witness some high tier units. And the movements coming from Quel already started, and then I think GLEP is trying to claim the watchtower as of the moment. Meanwhile, the goon of Quel is moving away from the watchtower if you are going to look at our map right there, and it seems that Quel is aiming for the watchtower near to GLEP's base. Actually, I think this one goon will be ignoring the watchtower near to GLEP's base. But the question is, will this be an early harassment coming from Quel? Because as you can see, GLEP was able to notice the movement of this goon and now is being chased, and I think GLEP is trying to corner it. But as you can see, there is no official fight coming from these fighting units. It seems that Quel is just trying to get to know what kind of structures that GLEP is getting so he can predict in the future what kind of army composition GLEP is preparing for, so he can like counter it in the future and have a massive advantage.
Our forces are under attack.
And as you can see, while GLEP is trying to move on the upper part of the map, we can see right here that Quel is trying to claim the manual on the lower part of the map right here. And I think GLEP is now preparing to secure the treasure chest on the upper part of the map. Meanwhile, Quel successfully claimed or defeated the lava monster on the manual, and these both players are getting Ether as their primary hero, and I really think that they are aiming for the same army composition early game to mid game. Now the question, who is greater when it comes to micromanaging? It seems that Fallas will be able to claim the treasure chest on the upper part of the map. Meanwhile, GLEP was able to claim the treasure chest on the lower part of the map, but I don't know why GLEP let Fallas to claim the treasure chest on the upper part of the map despite his army is already positioned there. Maybe he's waiting for the perfect timing for his ether to arrive. I don't know, but yeah, I think it is all goods because GLEP was able to claim at least one treasure chest and he didn't actually lose anything. So let me just fast forward it a little bit because these both players are just waiting for their next move. They're just preparing for something. And as you can see right here, GLEP is already started mobilizing his entire army towards to the upper part of the base of Fallas. Meanwhile, we can see on the map that Fallas is still waiting for the second treasure chest to be spawned. Meanwhile, we can see GLEP is already preparing his attack towards to the base of Fallas. But the question right here, does the entire army of GLEP is enough to cause such damage against the Fallas base? Because as you can see, we have like only a bunch of skeleton archers and some goons and one ether. Meanwhile, we can see that Fallas have like one ether and bunch of skeleton, almost the same army composition actually. But the question is this a great move coming from GLEP, or is this just too risky to do? As of the moment, especially, there are no crushing damage coming from GLEP's side, and I think it will take some time before actually GLEP can destroy some buildings right there. And as you can see, as of the moment, the ether of GLEP was able to stun and hold the ether of Fallas, but I don't think that is enough to get rid of the Snorlax of Fallas. But as you can see, the ether of Fallas was able to punch back, and now the ether of GLEP is stunned. And I'm afraid to tell you this, but it seems the entire army of GLEP will be wiped out, and I'm afraid that once that happens, Fallas will be moving forward towards to the base of GLEP and will be wiping out the entire base with his army. I think that is just a really risky move coming from GLEP. Especially, you can notice that Fallas' army is just near to his base and ready to defend it, and that resulted for GLEP's entire army to be wiped out. And as you can see, Fallas was able to claim the treasure chest on the middle of the map, and I don't think fighting right now is the best idea for the army of GLEP, because I think he need to prioritize getting more fighting units on his sides, because once Fallas decided to move forwards or toward to his base and kill the remaining units that he have, I don't think the match will last. And as you can see right now that Fallas is trying to secure his treasure chest on the lower part of the map. At the same time, GLEP is trying to secure it too, so sooner or later we will be able to witness another fight. And there you go, we have GLEP engaging against Fallas, but I don't think that this is the perfect timing for GLEP to lose some units again, because he just lost his entire army when he did that risky move of engaging to the base of Fallas. And now, as you can see, we also have one zombie on
Our
the
forces are under
upper
attack.
part of the map, trying to secure the treasure chest there. And now we can see that Fallas is trying to chase GLEP's entire
Resources
army, but
collected.
unfortunately in this part of the game, Fallas was able to secure 2 chests, and that is a massive setback from GLEP. Because if we are going to take a look on the economy of these two players, we can see that Quafalas have the advantage when it comes to golds, woods, and also the mana. Meanwhile, Gleb is really in a tight position where he needs to produce a lot of fighting unit to defend his base at the same time to secure some objectives. So that is a really setback for Gleb, but let us see how Gleb will be responding to that situation. And there you go, another fight broke out, and as you can see, the Ether of GLEP was able to stun the Ether of Quafalas as of the moment, but unfortunately for GLEP, Quafalas was able to use his firing scroll, and GLEP was trying to avoid that area so he can sustain his entire army. But yeah, I guess this is a comeback for GLEP. As you can see, there are a bunch of Warg Riders and a catapult. I think GLEP was able to adapt to the situation, and he changes his army composition. Meanwhile, we have here Quafalas either trying to run for his life. And there you go, a surprise attack from that Ether. He was able to stun 4 Warg Riders and 1 Ether from GLEP's side. And as you can see, there are 2 bombers and was able to kill 1 Warg Rider. Now let's see if the Jacks will be able to wipe out the skeleton archers of GLEP. As of the moment, it seems that GLEP was really able to adapt to the situation. That is why he changes his army composition, and it seems that Quafalas is losing this battle. Now the question is, will GLEP will be able to move forward towards the base of Quafalas? Because as of the moment, we can see that Quafalas is suffering for so much damage coming from these catapults, and Quafalas really need to do something about these catapults. Because if he doesn't do anything about these catapults, I think this will be the end of the game. And honestly, I don't really understand what happened, because at first Quafalas have like the advantage when it comes to the firepower, and then suddenly something shifted that GLEP was able to remove such numbers from the ranks of Quafalas that causes Quafalas to actually retreat towards his base. So that is just quite a surprise coming from GLEP. That is the power of being able to adapt to the situation and having the right army composition based on your playstyle, of course. And now we can see that there are a bunch of catapults in the side of GLEP as of the moment, and some scaly archers and some of the Warg Riders, but the main tank here from GLEP side is the Ether. And while GLEP is like having different army composition, we can see that Quafalas is trying to get some zombies on his side. So, but for me, I don't think zombies are really good choice because of this catapults and skeleton archers. Because to what I know, skeleton archers cannot turn into zombies because they are not a living being. Yeah, because they are undead, and for the catapults, they cannot be turned into a zombie because they are mechanical units. So the only units that can turn into a zombie in the side of GLEP are the Warg Riders, and I think Quafalas will be having a hard time on getting those Warg Riders. And as you can see, as of the moment, that Quafalas is trying to secure the mountain elemental and the treasure chest on this part of the map. Meanwhile, we can see a massive movements coming from GLEP. Now the question is, will GLEP will be trying to fight for it, or he will just let Quafalas to get the mountain elemental? And as you can see, there is now 1 Warg Rider coming from Quafalas' side, and I think that is for the catapults on the back lane, so he can just like target lock them. And as you can see, GLEP is now moving forward to fight for the mountain elemental, and his ether were able to stun the ether of Fallas, and these catapults are really doing some massive damage against to the ether of Fallas, and Fallas was able to use the firing scroll and wiping out the skeleton archers. Meanwhile, the bombers were heading straight to the catapults and were able to wipe out the catapults of GLEP as of the moment. Now the question, who will be able to win this mountain elemental? And as you can see, there are just like 3 zombies, and once these warg riders got beaten by the zombies, and I think that will be the end for the army of GLEP. But yeah, you can see that there are jacks and warg riders still, and I think there's a venom speeder that can secure Fallas getting that mountain elemental. But yeah, overall I think Fallas just won that fight because of the bombers and the use of scrolls. So scrolls are really important in this game. This can shift from losing to winning. That is a massive advantage for Fallas.
Resources collected. The point is captured.
And as you can see, as of the moment, Fallas is now moving forward towards to the base of GLEP as of the moment, but GLEP is ready now to defend his base with these defensive towers and some warg riders, and actually there is now a drill and 1 catapult that can defend his base. Now, will this be enough to kill the mountain elemental? Well, that is quite fast for GLEP to be able to gather such force that can defend his base. And also, just to tell you guys that Fallas is also keep on sending his bombers towards to the one of the barracks of GLEP, because once the at least one of the barracks of GLEP is down, that is a total setback for him, because the fighting units production will be affected, and that will affect the defensive status of GLEP.
The point is captured. Shaking. Resources collected. The point is captured. No.
And as you can see, Fallas and GLEP are trying to secure the treasure chest on the bottom part of the map as of the moment. And if we are going to take a look at their economy, it seems that these 2 players are really in need of gold. Maybe that is why they are fighting over this treasure chest. At the same time, causing damage to each other. And as you can see, the Ether of Fallas was able to stun most of the units of GLEP, and there you go, a scroll coming from GLEP, and there's a scroll coming from Fallas that is a ring of fire once again, and that causes for the entire units of GLEP to be wiped out once again. I think what really made it complicated for GLEP is whenever Fallas is able to use his scroll that can bring him some advantage, and we're not against that technique or a tactic because scrolls are really part of the game. It is just that I think that GLEP is not utilizing scrolls that much as Fallas, and as you can see, that causes such a pain for GLEP.
They're really cool, Captain.
Base is under attack.
And as you can see, there is this one drill who survived the attack that is being now hammered by one slave trying to fix it as if he's being paid for doing it. And now you can see that there are massive movements coming from Fallas, and I think he's planning to attack or siege the base of GLEP right there. Meanwhile, one Warg Rider coming from GLEP right here trying to attack the base of Fallas, but unfortunately that Warg Rider is now down. Meanwhile, we have here the Ether trying to tank the entire army of GLEP. Meanwhile, the entire army of Fallas trying to take down the workshop, but I don't think that is a really good idea because the army composition of Fallas as of the moment are not really suited for taking down buildings, because we have here like Axe Master, zombies, and Warg Riders, and the only suited units that are for taking down buildings are the bombers. So that is so much risk for Fallas, and now we have the mountain elemental will be spawning soon, and I think Fallas really needs to retreat as of the moment if he wants to secure that mountain elemental. And I think GLEP was able to defend his base, but unfortunately in the cost of one building, which is a workshop, which is also a crucial building for producing his drills and catapults. Meanwhile, we have here the units of Fallas trying to secure the mountain elemental, and I think he will be able to get the mountain elemental. And as you can see, we have the rock
Our forces are under
awaken, and we have one zombie being chased by the entire army of GLEP right there. And there you go, I don't think this is a good situation from GLEP. And as you can see, the rock is already arrived to the base, and some bombers are diving right into the barracks of GLEP, and now the barracks of GLEP is now down, and the rock is still standing trying to take down this citadel of GLEP. But fortunately, the Rocketeers or the Iron Man of GLEP was able to survive, and now we're able to take down the rock. And as you can see, a bunch of zombies are now being sent to the upper part of the map where the treasure chest is located at. And there you go, the Fallas once again use another fire ring scroll as if he is Charizard using flamethrower. But yeah, fortunately for GLEP, he was able to survive that attack. And if you're going to take a look at the map, there's an attack from the base of GLEP. As of the moment, you can see a kamikaze attack trying to take down the barracks, and you can see one slave trying to hammer and fix that barracks as if he's getting a double pay from GLEP. And there you go, there is one another bomber, and surely this barrack will be going down. Unfortunate slave almost died. And there you go, the Ether trying to tank one tower from GLEP, but I think GLEP will be able to defend his base against these units.
Base is under attack. Forces are under attack.
And there you go, Snorlax is dead. Okay, it seems that is a successful assault from Fallas, but also at the same time a successful defense from GLEP. And now if you're going to take a look on the map, you can see the expansion of the darkness are already in the making. And you can see that Fallas is trying to expand his base with the expansion or the gold mine right here on the lower part of the map. Meanwhile, we can see GLEP is also doing the same thing on the upper part of the map.
The point is captured.
And there you go, it seems that Fallas was able to claim that manual, and now the zombies now running away and then going back once again. And then once he was able to notice that there are just too many units there, he was able to run again away for his undead life. And now it seems that Fallas has some dark plans once again on sieging the base of GLEP right here. Meanwhile, the entire army of GLEP are absent or away from his base. And there you go, the siege already begun. Fallas already attacking some buildings of GLEP right there. And we can see that GLEP is not actually retreating towards his base based on the map, and by looking at it, he is also aiming for the base of Quel, and he's just letting Quel to attack his base. Meanwhile, he is also attacking Quel's base, and I think the army composition of GLEP right here is really perfect for any siege, for taking down buildings, because you can see there are like Rocketeers and catapults. Meanwhile, the well-suited units from Quel's units are the bombers that can only be used once. But in fairness, Quel's unit were able to take down some buildings that fast. But yeah, unfortunately for the side of GLEP, Quel was able to claim the rock right here, and now trying to help Quel to take down some buildings. Meanwhile, the catapults of GLEP right here were able to take down some buildings also, along with the Rocketeers. And these drills are really perfect against these structures, so it is just a matter of time, maybe, just maybe, for this game to end.
Base is under attack. Base is under attack. Our forces are under attack. Got you. The point is captured. Weaklings. Our forces are under attack.
And as you can see, wow, it seems that for today's video we will be able to see some base trading from Quel and GLEP. So as you can see that GLEP was able to build his citadel to the main base of Quel. Meanwhile, Quel was able to build his citadel to the main base of GLEP, and some expansion from these two players. It seems that as if they are playing to each other against like some tournament that has a cash prize. They are really competitive players. They are really competitive.
Base is under attack. Our forces are under attack.
And as you can see, the rock is still alive in the side of Quel, and honestly at this moment it is really hard to tell if who is going to win, because as you can see, Quel have some structures spread out to the map. At the same time, GLEP also have it too, so I don't know if who's going to win actually.
Base is under attack. Our forces are under attack. Base is under attack. I don't fear dead. Hero with revenge. Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
you! You really bad!
Chest pound! Resources collected! Our forces are under attack! The point is captured!
Just for you!
Base is under attack! Base is under attack!
They're crazy!
The summoning stone appears! Base is under attack! Resources collected! Our forces are under attack! Our forces are under attack! Our forces are under attack! Base is under attack! Our forces are under attack! Base is under attack! Our forces are under attack! Our forces are under attack! Chest bound! Resources collected! Base is under attack!
They're crazy!
Base is under attack!
Boom! Just for you! Take a break from you!
captured! Our forces are under attack! Base is under attack! The point is captured!
Keep on drilling!
Base is under attack! The point is captured! Our forces are under attack!